Intelligence out of Persia had indicated that the Sassanids were raising another army and were again poised to invade the eastern provinces, and sure enough, by 541, a Persian army had marched into Lazica, a small Roman protectorate on the far eastern shore of the Black Sea, conquering it easily. The eastern frontier had long been neglected by Justinian in his preoccupation with reunifying the western part of the empire. So the poorly paid garrisons, holding forts on the Persian front, were now surrendering in droves. Belisarius was dispatched in all haste to counter the threat, correctly predicting that the enemy was planning to sweep south and conquer Jerusalem, at the time the third richest city in the empire. Once again, dealing with insubordination from commanders going it alone, then having to rescue them when they were exposed and vulnerable, he eventually forced their obedience and marched his army, again a hastily assembled, multi-ethnic, squabbling rabble, southwards along the bank of the Euphrates, shadowing the much larger Persian army, sending detachments far in advance to make the Persians think his column was larger than it actually was. In another brilliant act of deception, the Persian commander requested a parley, in part to get a closer look at Belisarius's troop numbers. But the wily general set a meeting point far forward of the main camp, and positioned 6,000 of his best troops in an arrangement that seemed far larger than it actually was. He had also planted spies that spread the rumor of a plague outbreak throughout the region, such that the Persian commander, seeing the enemy in seemingly good order and worried about his own exposure, called for a truce, retreating with his army back across the border. Belisarius had just prevented a major invasion by forces far superior and far outnumbering his own, through the sheer use of deception and maneuver. Sun Tzu would have been proud. With the crisis averted, and a new disaster now brewing in Italy, Belisarius was recalled to the capital to be once again dispatched abroad.